Welcome to today's tutorial on how to hack a WPA passkey on a Wi-Fi network. This is for testing the security of your own network, not anybody else's. I am not responsible for any unlawful use of this tutorial. Some things you will need are Backtrack 5 or Kali Linux. I am using Kali Linux on a virtual machine. If you use a virtual machine, you have to use an external Wi-Fi card, which I will leave a link to in the description. But the onboard Wi-Fi card of the computer will not work if you are in a virtual machine. You will also need a password list for cracking. I will leave a link to a couple that I use in the description. Now, the first thing we need to do is make sure that our Wi-Fi card is connected to the computer. So we're going to go to terminal and type ifconfig. Now we see here that my Wi-Fi card is connected. Note the name of it because we're going to need that in a second. So now we want to see if that's compatible with monitor mode, which is what we need in order to do this. So we're going to type airmon-ng and hit enter. That'll list any Wi-Fi cards that are compatible with monitor mode. Mine is, hence why I will leave a link to it in the description. So now we want to start monitor mode. So we'll go same command except start and the device name. Now note, you may get this right here. You want to, if you get that, you want to try and shut those down so they don't interfere. So the way to shut those down is to type the command kill and the process ID number. In my case, 521. And you can use the up arrow as a shortcut to the previous command. Now that the processes are killed off, we want to actually start trying to find our network. So we're going to type in arrowdump-ng and the device we are using to look for the network, which would be this device right here. However, when we switched it into monitor mode, the device name changed to this right here. So arrowdump-ng space device ID name. And then this will show you all the Wi-Fi networks in the area. Once you see the one you're looking for, you can press Control-C and it will stop populating the list. Now the one we are looking for is this one right here. Note that it is on channel 11 and we need to copy the BSS ID because we need that to single out the network. So now we want to do the exact same command, however, we just want to watch that network in particular. So it is on channel 11, BSS ID. Now we want to save everything that we see on this network, so we're going to type in write and a file name. For my case, I'm going to use net because we're looking for Netgear, and it's easy to remember. Note that when it saves it, it's going to add a -01 to the file name. So in the end, this is the file name we're going to look for right here. But for now, all we need to do is we're saving that. We also need to tell it which device we're using again and hit enter. Oh. And when you mistype, use that up arrow to bring up the last. And now it's going to start monitoring the network. Now this right here is what we're looking for right now. We need this means somebody is logged onto the network, and we need somebody to be logged on the network in order to capture the password being sent from the device to the Wi-Fi router. Now we can sit here all day and wait for them to log off and log back on. Or if you're impatient like me, you go to a new terminal and you type in airplay-ng -0 space 2 space -a and the ID of the network, and then the ID of the client. So we need to go over here and copy this, because this is the client that we are about to boot off and make them log back on so that we can capture the password. And then, of course, what device we're using. And now it should be kicking the device off the network and having it relog back on. Now, if this works successfully, you should get this right here. If it didn't the first time, go ahead and give it a try or two, or you may just have to wait, or you may even be too far away from the router in order to do this. However, if you did get this, you can now press Control-C in this window, and it will stop recording. Now, keep this window, don't close it, but in this window, we're going to go to aircrack-ng -A2 for WPA -B, and we need the BSS ID of the original network name, so this right here. And then the path to our word list. Mine is saved in the root folder so that I don't have to add in a whole bunch of text in order to get to it. So if yours is in the root folder, you just type W and then the name of the file. In my case, mine is WPA1.txt. And then, remember the name of that file we gave it earlier, the net. So now we need to tell it what file we're looking for, which is net, remember, -01. Might need to spell it right. And it's going to be a .cap file. And if everything went correctly and we hit enter, it should start doing this. And it's going to look for the password. We'll come back to this in a minute because it could take a while. For me, it won't take very long because now we see that the key was found. Once this changes to key found, this right here is going to be the password of the network. Like I said, mine is password because too many people do this and it's too easy to crack. This only took a minute and a half to crack. So if your password is password, you should probably change it. Other than that, this tutorial is complete. If it didn't work for you, either your password list is too weak or their network is pretty well secured.